Hello. Hi, Mike.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's
Thank
do
you.
our normal thing. Everybody, hi. Um, Mike and I, we're just going to have a conversation. We're not going to be looking at the chat at all. So if you come in and say hi or you ask a question and we don't see it, that's why. We're not going to be looking at the chat at all for the whole first part. And mods, if you would please just remind people about that if you see them asking questions. I just don't want people to think that we're ignoring them on purpose. I do have to say, Daniel Velez, it's good to see you. I did see him in the chat there, and I was worried about him, but he's doing well. So, okay. So I'm looking at the chat right now, Matt. I'm looking at it. What's going on? Okay. I'm almost not looking at it. I'm going to stop looking at it. You got to say it. It's going away. All right. I'm minimizing the chat. I can't even see it now. If I don't minimize it, I still look over there. So if I minimize it, at least it's not up at all, and I don't see anything, and nobody can distract me with boobies or anything. So, I mean, whatever. All right. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Let's see. Let's jump in.
Is that on my side? Or are you frozen? Or anybody else seeing that? Yeah. Right when he said let's jump in, he froze up. All right. How's everybody doing? Yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back. This one wants to see what's going on. So, yeah, how's everybody doing right now? I just came up here. I guess he's trying to see if I could do this on my own. This is kind of a challenge, but that's all good. And he said, oh, yeah. He said it's hot up there, up in, northern New York. It's hot. It's hot here also. And I'm in Virginia. So, it's probably it was over 100 something today. So, laptop melted. Tell us about your first job. Oh man, my first job. That might be one of his questions to me, but I guess I could probably knock that one out right now. My first job. Well, I was 16 years old, a long time ago, and it was at a Chinese restaurant, and I worked there for 3 days. Okay, and the first day I absolutely hated it. I was a dishwasher, and I purposely tried to do a bad job because I didn't want to work there anymore after even the first day. So yeah, and then the second day I was folding soda, and the lady's like, "I heard your brother works over here. You want to see if he wants to work here?" And pretty much instead of me, so I was just all like, "That's fine with me. I'm good." Who was it? ABC Aquatic put where in Virginia? I'm in Virginia Beach. Over here in Virginia Beach, right on the very bottom right corner of Virginia. And to me, that's the whole state. Virginia, Norfolk, the area around here. So I pretty much stay in that area on my own. So.
All right. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I thought you were testing me for a second.
No. Nope. Nope. It hit 90 today. So, and I was doing stuff all day on the laptop, and it was very, very warm. So I apologize.
All right.
I stopped using OBS just to free up some resources, and hopefully this is going to be fine. But we're going to find out. So if it freezes again, I apologize, everybody. But we'll work it out. Okay. Hi. Let's try this again. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
All right. So, Mike, I honestly don't know a whole lot about you. I mean, you've been around for a while. I know. What was your different channel names that you had?
Well, this is actually my third one. So my first one was called Aquatic Action. And oh man, I had a sticker laying around here somewhere, but it was Aquatic Action. So when I first started a fish tank, and after I was actually home a lot now from my last job, and after I've had that, what do you call it, where you want another tank and another tank and another tank?
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I should start make a video or something, just something, and and so I was like, man, do I want to put this all over YouTube? So I thought, I was like, I need a name. So I just I don't know what came up with Aquatic Action, but that one lasted for, I don't know, maybe about 6 months. And then
what did you like about it? Because I like that. That's a good name, Aquatic Action.
I don't know. I get pretty complacent with things, and I like
Just
changing stuff around.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I still. So, okay. So my second name was Turn 2 Aquatics.
I remember that.
Right. In fact, here's that's, if you don't remember, that's what it.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I just found those laying around. But so the meaning behind that name is Turn 2. It's a Navy term. They don't use it anymore. It's an old Navy term. When you say Turn 2, like they go like this, Turn 2, and that means get back to work. Basically.
Okay.
Like if your junior sailors just mess around and be like, hey, Turn 2, They don't use it anymore, but I kind of liked it, so
yeah.
I just use it as a name.
Gotcha. Focus on the real stuff. Quit messing around. Get back to work. Turn 2.
Turn 2.
Wonder where it came from.
Oh, man. I would have to look that up. But they actually used to say it over the loudspeaker. They called it 1MC on the ship. And they used to say, like, secure the mess line, Turn 2, continue ship's work. But they don't even say that part anymore. And I think it started becoming a derogatory statement. It'd be like, hey, Turn 2. So they kind of like went away from that. Yeah.
One person ruined it for everybody. Oh, real quick, I see a bunch of names in the chat that don't have memberships right now. Thanks to Alexander Engelhardt and Matt and Steven and Mark Strelson, there are a bunch of free memberships available. There's somewhere around 40 of them, I believe, still left. So if you are on a mobile device, you probably have to go into your browser and set it to be a desktop thing to see the desktop site. That's not hard to do. If you have the ability to get to a desktop, go over there and you should see something that says, allow channel to gift. And, there's a whole bunch of people, might as well get a free membership. There's not a lot out of it, but we have started doing Monday members only live streams that are open panel. So at least there's something, and it's free. So you might as well do it. Okay. Sorry about that. I just saw all those names over there. Okay. So Turn 2, I'm going to have to do some research on that now because I'm just interested on where it all came from. I love finding out the history of that kind of stuff. And then you decided to change from Turn 2 into our aquatic universe. So what made you change that again? Just felt like it was time?
It was time.
Yeah. And do you think 6-8 months from now you might change it again?
No, because I saw like Matt. What was it? Like Matt was like somebody. I think Matt was someone, or Matt said, "Man, you changed it again." Yeah, I think you even said that too. You're like, you changed it. You were something. You were. I remember you said that on a while ago, actually. But
there's nothing wrong with changing the name. I know our friend Melvin likes to change his quite often. I guess it keeps things fresh. I mean, it is nice for us, to know who you are, because then you got to reintroduce yourself.
Yeah.
So that's sort of a pain. But I guess I can see the appeal of it.
But
You know?
since I made, like I made like my little website a while back, and it's still turned to Aquatic stock. You can't change that, so that's still there. That's still there with that name.
What do you do on the website too? And mods, feel free if you'd like to drop the link there.
It's just a very basic. It's more when I started. It's more for like, if people were wanting to start out, and it's got very basic stuff like, the different types of filters and do water change. That's really it. It's still in the very beginning phase of just it's just to teach people. That's all. There's nothing really. And I had my online store, but I had what website did I have? I had a website for selling my stuff, but then I changed it to like that Teespring one. And for some reason I cannot get it to link up to the website. I'm horrible at that. And I tried using like that C name and the other one, and it just doesn't want to take it. So I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Gotcha. Yeah, because the Teespring names are horrible.
Yeah.
The actual channel, the store names are the URLs from are horrible. So
in case if you look in the chat, you see Donna Brown. That's my mom.
Oh, I did see that. That was a new person. Hi, Donna Brown. Hi, Mom. How you doing? Thanks for letting us borrow your son for a while.
Yeah.
That's cool. Love that. Now, does your mom keep fish? Is she interested in the community at all, or is she just watching?
No, she don't have any now. Like when I was a kid, my parents had one. I was really little. Well, probably 10. And it was a couple fish, I guess, my dad caught in the back lake and put in the tank. So I barely remember it. So yeah.
Well, we appreciate your mom hanging out with us, and Mrs. Brown, you're more than welcome to join us all the time. We love seeing new people come into the community, and it's a super welcoming, happy community for the most part. So feel free to come hang out with us once in a while. We talk about all kinds of stuff. Some things a little more adult than others, but we have a good time. All right. Anyways, okay, let's keep going. I was interested about your name changes. So let's see. You live in Virginia.
Yeah.
And not super far from King George County, right? I thought that you were sort of close to KG when they used to live there.
Yeah, probably like I would say maybe 2.5 hours of good traffic.
Yeah, that's not too far. Virginia born and raised, or have you moved around?
Oh, no.
I mean, you were in the Navy, so right?
Yeah, I'm here because of the Navy. But I was originally from Springfield, Illinois.
Okay.
Actually, all my immediate family is from that same town.
Gotcha.
When I was we moved away when I was like 3. She'll probably correct me on the chat if I'm wrong about anything. So
that's right. That's good.
Yeah. So we moved to Florida when I was 3, and I was raised there till I was 18, down southwest Florida, like Sarasota County area. And then it's a month after high school, I went in the Navy, and it was all over after that.
Where have you lived? I mean, I know you go to a lot of places, but where have you lived since joining the Navy? How many places?
Well, boot camp was in North Chicago area, but that was only for a few months. And then I got stationed in Pearl Harbor. I was out there. I did 2 ships out there. I did about 7 years total in Hawaii and Pearl Harbor, with a few deployments. And then after that, I got stationed in New Mexico out at White Sands for about 2 years. So that was interesting. In fact, I had when I lived in Las Cruces, which was like just over the mountain pass, and then I remember I was over at having a beer somewhere. This was like back in 2004. And there's a guy, if I was in the Navy, he's like, what? He's like, what the hell are you doing out here? Looking for water? And I was like, yeah, actually I am. So more like a beer, but yeah, it was that place was too fun. And like my orders got messed up and I was supposed to stay another year, but they were like, well, you could take the orders or you could stay here. And I decided to take them and go back to another ship. Didn't really want to, but I did. So that's when I traveled across and I came to Norfolk, Virginia, which is right next here to Virginia Beach. I did another ship out there for 4 years. And then I met my wife while I was on that ship back in 2000. We got married in 2010.
She Navy too, or
she used to be. She
Okay.
was. She was in the Navy she did like 6 years in the Navy, and she was on a ship. She was on the USS Frank Cable, which was stationed out of Guam. It's still there. I think it's 40 years old or something, and it's one of the only 2 subtenders that are still around. And what's crazy is on my first ship, we stopped in Guam on my first deployment, headed across that way, the Pacific, and our helicopter landed on deck and it flipped over on its side on the flight deck. But luckily it didn't go in the water. Nobody was hurt, right? So we had to pull into Guam, and for some reason they closed down our galley, so we couldn't eat on our ship. We had to eat on the Frank Cable. And I remember going in the chow line, and I see a girl with like curly kind of short hair, did not want to be there, did not look happy at all. And served my tray with food and stuff. And then after a year, like when I met her and I thought about that, I was like, wait a minute. She told me about that. And I was like, I met you like 9 years before we actually met, way out in Guam.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she didn't remember you probably.
Oh no, she saw everybody in line.
So many people going through the line.
Yeah. And so I think I got off track here. So yeah, and then I did a ship out here from 2006 to 2010, and then I got orders back to boot camp, and I worked at the gun range, and I taught recruits how to shoot for 4 years. And then I came back out here and did one more ship for like 3.5 years in Norfolk. And then I got stationed at a shore command out on the base. So did that for about 3 years. And then I retired from there, and I got a job working with them as a civilian. So I got to keep what I do is just the civilian side. So
gotcha.
Yeah. And we always interacted with ITs on the ship everywhere we go. We got plenty of them on Navy ships.
I don't miss it. I don't miss it, IT at all. So you love the Navy, I guess, you would say. I mean, you really enjoyed it to stay that long in. How many years altogether?
24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't ask me how I did it, but I did.
Well, I mean, it sounds like at least you were stationed in some nice places. Although, yeah, the White Sands is weird. I've been to White Sands, and why would they have Navy there? I mean, can you talk about that? Or
yeah, because out at White Sands is a huge base. It's like 100 and some miles, like from north to south. That's where the Trinity site was, where they let off the atomic bomb, right? That was more of the northern site part of it, and then I was more kind of on the south part of it, like miles from El Paso. Okay, so they have out there. They do have a facility where they do certain missile projects where they get like new types of missile projects. They put them together. They test fire them. And I worked out there for that. And they had a lot of the civilian, like people that would put the missiles. We were just there mainly for safety, and drove them and stuff like that. And they actually have a building called the USS Desert Ship, which is actually a building, but they commissioned the building so they could raise the flag up and down. They have a missile launcher there. So gotcha. It was a good time there. I saw a lot of weird creatures out there in the desert. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's beautiful. I love that White Sands area. I mean, even considering what's happened there, it is still a beautiful area out there. That part of New Mexico is really nice. And it's definitely unique. There's not a lot of places like that in the United States, at least. Yep. That's where they test the submarines, June says.
I would love to see that one.
All right. I'm not supposed to be looking at chat. I'm not seeing anybody picking up those free memberships either. So, again, I just want to keep talking about that. I'd hate for them just to go to waste. Free memberships are out there. You might as well do it. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And it's, again, thanks to, Mark, Stephen, Alexander Engelhart, and Matt. All of those people bought memberships on my channel to give to you guys. So there's a ton of free ones out there. Okay.
He's like, Rico, stop looking at us.
Yeah. I got it open. I'm glancing over there. All right. So, and you're still with the Navy today, and you think not with the Navy, but as a civilian, and you think that's it? You're going to ride that out?
Yeah. I've worked on like the missile launcher system for like even in the Navy, like for about 21 years. So it's what I know, and they hired me. So I'll do it.
Yeah. I got to imagine that's decent money. I gotta just imagine. I know you probably don't want to talk about that, but I gotta imagine at least is giving you a
It,
good
it's
living.
it's a GS position. Like it's
Oh,
civil service.
okay,
So
so maybe it's not good money.
no, it is actually. You'd be surprised.
um, okay, so do you want to move anywhere else? Have you ever thought about living in other places, or is it really going to dictate? Your job dictates where you'll be at.
Well, I mean, as of right now, we're here. I mean,
Yeah,
we've had this house for about 6 years, but we definitely do want to later on after I've been here for for a while, long time. I don't know if I'd transfer anywhere else and do the same job, which I could. But we definitely want to eventually live somewhere else way down the road. We actually had thought about, like, I don't know if my wife still, well, I know she wants to do it, but about eventually moving down to, or not moving permanently, but maybe just having a place down there, down in because she has family in Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I've been there once, and she kept telling me, "You got to go to Puerto Rico, but you need to learn Spanish." And I was like, "They speak English there." you know. But I know, I get it. She wants me to learn it, so I'll learn it
Yeah,
eventually. But
yeah.
it's an awesome place. I had a great time.
I've never been, but I have a very, very close friend from Puerto Rico, who's told me stories, for decades, uh, and he absolutely loves the place. He does, and
Yeah, I mean, I've
I
talked
think.
with.
Go
Oh, I'm
ahead.
sorry. I talked
No,
with
you go.
Eduardo about it several times,
Yeah.
and yeah.
I think the best story he ever told me, though, and I think I told this just recently. So he grew up watching the A-Team, but it was in Spanish, and
Uh,
because B.A. Baracus, Mr. T, his character was B.A. for bad attitude. That didn't really fit the Spanish, so they just called him Pedro. So it just
yeah.
that always just made me laugh so hard that B.A. was Pedro. Um, but yeah, he loved the place. He said it rained just about every day. They would go to the beach like in the early morning, not early morning, mid morning. Stay at the beach all day long. About 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, the rain would come in, rain for like an hour every day, and then it was
Yep.
gone, and it was beautiful again.
Yeah.
Just absolutely
But
loved it.
and I'm not trying to look at Chad either, but I just have to tell my
Sure,
mom it won't
feel
be
free.
forever from now till now. We're gonna be here for a long time, so she ain't got to worry about that.
Don't worry, I won't live forever. That's that's always tough to hear a mom say. I mean,
I'm not
you
going
know,
anywhere.
yeah. Um, so Puerto Rico, is there any other places that you'd really like to move to that you've thought about?
Man, I'll tell you what. Like, I just went to I went to a school out in California, out by, it's west of LA. It's over by Oxnard. It's like Ventura, California.
Oh, okay.
And that place out, the area out there is just, I just at least like to visit. It's really nice, super expensive though. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I
yeah, it
mean,
is.
but other than that, I mean, if you ask me, I'd live up in Montana in the mountains on a river and go fly fishing, but that won't fly with her. She's completely like tropical person. She hates the snow. I mean, I don't mind the snow
Yeah.
at all, but
In Virginia, that's a good combination then, because you
yeah.
get a little chilly, but not usually. You don't usually get too much snow.
Yeah, I mean, we might get the one if we get
Yeah.
one. It's like 5-6 inches, and that's it.
Yeah. So that's a good compromise for now, at least.
But here we have like this town is completely not ready for that, So if they see a flurry, close the schools down. All right, everything's closed down. They're just yeah.
You just got smacked. Was it last year or the year before you got hit with it? Maybe I know King George. I know KG was talking about it. They were showing some of the pictures. I can't remember if it was this last year or the year before, but
I think it was probably the year before or something like that. It wasn't
Yeah.
last year. No, I
No.
don't think so.
We're used to it here. I mean, we live right on Lake Ontario, so the snow,
Man,
lake effect snow is a serious thing. I mean, there's lots of times there'll be 4 foot of perma snow from late October until May. It's just
yeah. I've never been up
there.
to that area before. That must be cool. Like, because I've seen your video where you walk down to the water.
Yeah, we have actually property that's right on the bay side, but the lake is right here too. So
man, that's awesome.
We can we go walking on there as often as we can, and I do a lot of collecting. legally, I'm allowed to take anything that comes up to the high water mark on our property. So,
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
sometimes maybe you step in the water and bring it onto the high water mark, but hey, that's where I found it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a beautiful area for sure. It definitely is, but it's not for people who, a lot of snow, We average about 10 feet of snow a season, but that's not even that much because right up around the corner of the lake is what's called the Tug Hill Plateau. And they're about 25 feet of snow a year. Like they had a snowstorm where they got 11 feet of snow in 1 week, and it didn't break their record.
Oh man.
So it's definitely a very snowy place. It doesn't get super cold, but there's just a ton of snow. So, anyways, okay. All right. So, well, the Navy stuff you've done that most of your life, basically. Did you have any jobs before the Navy? You said you went in right after high school, or?
Well, during high school, someone asked me that when you got cut off, but I think like when I was 16, I worked at a little Chinese restaurant in Sarasota, Florida, and I hated it. So on the first day, because I was doing the dishwasher, and I was like, I could do this. I do this at home. You know what I mean? So I hated that. And then when I got there the second day, I think I was purposely going slow because I just hated the job. And I was 16,
Yeah.
And then after it lasted 3 days. So that was it. They said, we'll call you when we need you. And they never called me. So I figured
they didn't need you.
Right. Exactly. And then after that, I actually, my junior and senior year of high school, I actually worked at the Y. So I went to my high school I went to then. I walked like a few blocks back and the YMCA was there. So I literally sat behind the counter and handed out towels and basketballs. And I got their ID cards and stuff like that. And caught a bunch of people that tried sneaking in. A lot of kids, Of course, I was a kid. So I'd be like, just, all right. If I didn't like them, I'd be like, hey, come here. So that, and I had a free membership, and that was a cool job. And then after
how long did that one last?
Actually, probably about a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that, I worked at Publix grocery store for about, I don't know, maybe like 6 months, I'm guessing, if I remember right. And, I got promoted. I got from bagger to stalker, shelf stalker, and then I got demoted back down to bagger. I don't know what. I was like, whatever.
You weren't facing stuff right.
I guess not. Got to pull up to the front.
I did the grocery stores too for a very long time. I was a produce manager for a chain in Arizona, and I actually missed that a little bit. I actually did enjoy that job, especially when you live in a place, like Sarasota, Florida. You guys don't get a big change of seasons, same with Arizona. So when you're a produce manager, especially back then, nowadays it's not the same because we get a lot of stuff from South America. So you can get strawberries year round. But back then you only got the strawberries in the summertime here. So you really got to see that change of seasons, at least through the products you sold. So, something different,
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of people coming in still too. Hey, thanks everybody for coming in. Again, we don't look at the chat for the whole first part, but we will look at it, even though I have been looking over there. It's very distracting. It's my thing to read the chat, so it's very distracting not to say hi to Kenny, who just came in. What up, fish people? And did you start to say something else too? Did you have another one after Publix, or was that then you went right into the Navy after that?
Yeah, after that, like a month after high school, I went to boot camp.
And then you started your career.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be a career. I was like, I cannot wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
Do my one enlistment, and I'm done. In fact, that during that first one, I actually had my parents convinced because we went to Australia and I fell in love with the place. And I actually had them convinced back then that I was getting out of the Navy and I'm moving to Australia. And they were actually, I actually had myself convinced. But then I got closer to getting out and I was like, yeah, maybe it's not going to work out so much. Let me just re-enlist and I'll stay in Hawaii for a while longer. So that's what happened.
Was there anything about Hawaii that you just absolutely hated or even just disliked?
Just the fact that it's an island, like 2,000 miles away from California, basically.
Just there was nothing to do after a certain amount of time, or what?
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that, but yeah, pretty much. Like the island that I was on, Oahu, you could drive around it in like an hour and 15 minutes. But they had you ever see like the North Shore? They had the surf competitions. you go up there, you don't realize the waves are they're like way out there. It looks closer on TV, right? But they're way out there. You see that, and like the view is awesome. They have like, it's just you're on the base there, and it's just like you go outside, you see the mountains and the palm trees, and it's just beautiful there. And in Norfolk, Virginia, it's all industrial, so it's just like,
Gotcha. Yeah. I've never been to Hawaii either, and it's definitely something I want to do. But I hear that from a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's peeking in. You see her?
Let me hide. Oh my God.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
She's shy.
So, but again, back to the moving around stuff. If you had one place that you could move to in the entire world, regardless of jobs, regardless of anything,
What?
and your wife agreed, she was on board with it too, where would you go?
Well, she just whispered through the door. She's like, Costa Rica. Kind of threw me for one. I never thought she would say that.
Costa Rica, yeah, I could see that.
But if it was up to me, I don't know. That's a hard one. I just want to travel. Eventually, I want to get on the road and travel. And if she wants to go, I'll take her too. We'll go.
That's nice of you. I see that. I can get, so you'd rather just maybe get like a nice little RV and just travel around the United States, Canada, Mexico, and then maybe take off and go to Europe and just spend your time traveling, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I forgot about that. So I do eventually want to take her to Europe, take to some places that I've been to in the Navy, that I hung out with people on the ship, but I'd rather take my wife there instead. So one place I definitely want to take, well, there's a couple places. Me and her, I've never been, to England, so I definitely want to go there. But I want to take her to Rome to see the stuff that I got to see there. Let's see, that's probably, there's other places we both want to go to, but that's the main one really in Europe that I'd love to take her to. But we want to plan a trip to Spain soon, whenever that'll be.
So really not settling down, just traveling.
Yeah, but I mean, I think, wow, now you're gonna have me think about that for a while too. where I'd really love to live at, like if it was, man.
I get the appeal though of traveling. I know I don't like to travel like just driving around and stuff, but a decent RV where you got all your stuff with you. You travel for a couple days, and then you set up camp for a month, and then you travel for a couple days and you set up camp. I could see the appeal of that.
I would just have to learn how to drive an RV.
Yeah.
Something
well, you don't have to get a bus. You can get one of the small little coachmen or something.
Or maybe I can get an old station wagon with some brown contact paper on the side. That'd be awesome.
My parents had one of those. They did when we went to Arizona from Chicago. That's what we drove out there with, pulling a U-Haul trailer. And that station wagon was all beat up too. There was just dents in it. And I mean, I'm surprised it even made it all the way to Arizona.
Yeah. We had a station wagon when I was a kid. It's like my parents had all the cool cars before I was born. And then, or once I realized that I was alive, and then they got all like sorry, Mom, but they got all the, station wagon.
Yeah.
But no, I take it back. They had their Camaros before I was allowed to drive, so I never had to drive them.
We always had crap. Always had crappy cars. So what kind of things do you like to do in your spare time? We're going to shift gears a little bit. What kind of, doesn't have to be hobbies exactly. We know you love to keep fish, but, and even, you're still working. So what, don't think about what I'd like to do if I had the time, but just what are just anything that you would like to do. What are the types of things you like to do when you do have spare time, when you do have all that free time?
Well, TV is definitely at the top of the list. It's like watching movies,
And what kind of movies? Where's your favorite?
Man, I'm telling you, I love sci-fi. I like, I'm of course the Marvel stuff, DC, more so Marvel, but just sci-fi. Like I'm a sci-fi kind of nerd.
Gotcha. Me too. I love that stuff. And comedies. I love comedies.
Yes, comedies too. Yeah.
The dumber, the better. like the Adam Sandler stuff. That's I absolutely love those Adam
Yeah.
Sandler movies. Billy Madison,
Yep.
Happy Gilmore, all of those. Those were my favorites.
Yeah, they were good.
So TV and movies, we'll just lump that all up together.
Yeah. And also something that actually me and my wife are doing right now as a hobby is we actually she plays drums, I play guitar. So we're actually in a group right now. So in fact, we have another show like August 21st in our local place here.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've been doing it for a little bit, and it's fun. Sometimes we can get on each other's nerves about it a little bit.
Yeah. What's the name of the band?
Well, that's a good question because there isn't quite one. So I'm going to go with what she wants to name it, which she wants to name it, called it Phoenix Rising.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
I was in an online game. That was our guild name for about 10 years.
Really?
Phoenix Rising. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
actually at one point I owned the phoenixrising.com website.
Oh,
That
dang.
was long time ago. But
Yeah, I don't know where she got the name from, but I was like, that sounds pretty cool. But I've had a couple in the past, like what was one called? Hail to Thee. We got it from what's that movie with those guys who Beer Fest. The guys that were in Super Troopers. That's where we got the name from. Super Troopers. This is back when I was in New Mexico. So, and then high school, it was called Creatures of Habit. We had a little garage band, so that was pretty fun.
And is there any place we can hear any of your music?
As of right now, I don't think so. We're still trying to get a little bit better.
Well, I mean, that's what you always should be doing, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, so we practice, and it's actually like the group that we're in is actually part of an academy type thing. It's not like something we just threw together and asked to play at a place. We're going through an academy, so there's other people that join, so they kind of put you in a band.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what that's. She's like, you should really do this. You like to play guitar? I was like, all right. So it's something. And I was like, I need to have like a couple good hobbies. So I got the fish, I got the music, and I got the TV. So I think that's pretty.
What kind of music is it too? Is it, I mean, bluesy rock? What would you call it?
It could be bluesy rock. It could be, like alternative. It could be, pretty much anything, but like she don't like country, so we're not going to play country.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have like a favorite song? I mean, do you do covers mostly, or do you have originals too? Or
it's all mostly covers right now, but okay. I mean, I always would want to, like I'm huge on making like originals. I'd love to make originals. I have like years and years ago, but it's not really probably not that good. Gotcha. But yeah, that I'm open for whatever for that.
What's like your favorite song for you guys to play together?
For us to play together, that's a tough one because a lot of the music I like she hates.
Like what? Give me an example. What's something that you like that she can't stand?
Well, I mean, like I would play Green Day, but she absolutely hates Green Day. I mean, that was more of a like when I was younger type of thing. But one song I'm trying to get down is from Train. It's called Drops of Jupiter.
Yeah, great song. I like it.
I'm trying to get that down. I pretty much got down guitar and trying to sing it too. But I'm not the singer of the group, but just back up really. And this song from Poison called "Ain't Nothing But a Good Time" or whatever it's called.
Yep.
Been trying to get that. That's hard, but I'm trying to get that down too. So she loves Prince, so we had to throw a Prince song in there. So we're learning that. That's actually cool because it's like bluesy, like that actual song we're learning. So that's pretty cool.
And I like the wide range too because I love all of that stuff. Prince was a genius. He was really a genius.
He actually made a lot of the songs that people don't know. Like well, my wife knows, but he's done all the instruments and records. He puts it all together himself.
Yeah.
He's made a lot of songs for a lot of bands too.
He was a genius. He really was.
Yep.
But And yeah, I love his music all the way back to Controversy, all that stuff. He was.
Yeah.
I always liked his music, and it really wasn't mine. I was a lot more into the. I wanted not just all heavy stuff, but a lot of heavier stuff. But I still always loved Prince. Prince was always high on my list of people
That's
I never got
favorite,
to see.
one of her favorites. Prince.
So that's pretty cool, though. I like that. I love that you guys are in a band together, and someday I hope you can put something out there for us just to listen to. I would love it. We have so many musicians in our community, and just all kinds of artists. Just amazing amount of them. It's crazy how many artistic people we have in this community, all different kinds. So
there's a lot of good ones. Yeah.
Do we cover all the hobbies? You said the TV, the music, the fish keeping,
and all the stuff I like to do. Yeah. And then I got hobbies where stuff I don't really care to do, like yard work. So,
I wouldn't call that a hobby. I guess if you do it enough.
Man, in fact, on Sunday I got stung by 3 hornets in my backyard.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, because there was like about a grapefruit size hornet's nest in a bush that I was trimming down. I usually trim down. I saw it the last second. I had my hedge trimmer up there, and then they come straight for me, and I'm just like I'm running around my backyard looking like an idiot. So yeah, luckily I don't have a big reaction to getting stung.
Yeah, I don't know. Are people allergic to hornets? I don't know if hornet and wasp things are if people are allergic to those, or if it's just bees.
I don't know. I mean, there's got to be something like if they have. I don't know.
Venom. You would think, maybe. Yeah. I honestly don't know. Maybe the chat could tell us, even though we're not supposed to be looking at it. Okay. So we talked about your hobbies. We talked about where you lived. We talked about jobs. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? No, I'm just kidding. I hate that question. I always hate that question. Well, that is a good question. Sort of like what are your reasons and what are your goals for doing YouTube? Now, earlier you talked about giving information and stuff. So, what are some of your reasons for doing YouTube? And
well, the reasons I wanted to do YouTube was just once I figured out, got okay with pretty good at YouTube, meaning like how to make videos. I kind of wanted to start just making videos to show people who are getting into the hobby, like how to try to avoid those big mistakes that you make if you don't know anything about it, like not putting, dechlorinator in your water, stuff like that. If you, that's how it started out. And did I go that route? Kind of, because I got quite a few that I've done in the past. And I think I just more so started having fun making the videos, like just doing with the little effects and stuff like that.
So it became fun just in its own right. That part became a hobby for you.
Yeah. It's lately it's just been streaming though. I've been kind of slacking on that one, but so I think pretty much as far as the hobby goes, ever since I found out about the fish fam, that's kind of locked me in, for sure.
And what was your route into the fish fam? Where did you start off? Did you start off with the co-op and KG Tropicals or?
I think I started it was how did I find out about the fish fam? Who did I remember seeing first? I think it was Jason from now Depths Unknown.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I remember. I think I saw him, and then I saw the Saturday morning cartoons, and I saw them.
That's an interesting in route to it because it's a fun stream. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it, but it's just for being, they say right on there, not for kids. So it is a very adult stream, which again I love. No complaints. It's interesting though because a lot of people do find those huge channels first, Corey, KG Tropicals, Joey, whoever it is, those big channels, and then they sort of trickle down. But you very first found those guys first.
Yeah, I can't remember how I did. I think whenever I did my first few streams, people from the fish fam just kind of.
So you did your streams before even knowing about the fish fam?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I just kind of. Because for a while I'm like, should I do streams? How to do that, and I just started not knowing anybody or anything, I just kind of put it out there, you know. And then I remember seeing S come up a lot on there. Oh, Chad Krotz. He was one of the originals. In fact, you know what? I don't know why I forgot this. Before I did YouTube, I had my wife's like, start a Facebook group page and put all your fish, like put fish stuff on that. So that's what I did first, was a group page. Like my little group page I got. And Chad was there. I met him through that. And then he actually, I think it was Chad told me about some of this stuff.
Okay.
KG Tropicals, I saw them, and I think I saw Chad on there, and they even brought his name up one time. I was like, "What? They're bringing up Chad's name?" You know?
Yeah, because that's actually where I met Chad, was through KG Tropicals members streams that they used to do. They would let members come up and show off their tanks and stuff. I thought it was really cool. I wish they'd go back to it. But I remember Chad Krotz was on there. Eric Furlow was on there. I know a few others. I think they only did maybe 5 or 6 streams that way, but it was really cool. But that's where I met Chad, was through that.
Yeah. And then like I said, mentioned it was an S, and like every time I couldn't figure out how to do certain things on StreamYard or even on YouTube. And so I think I was like, if you were to watch my early videos, I would get so upset. I was trying to keep my cool. I'm like, I can't figure this out, just simple little things, right? And he'd be like, I told you have to do this, blah, blah, blah. And he's told me it a million times, right? And I'm like, I know. I'm just, getting the stuff down. Just be patient.
Well, it is more frustrating when you're streaming and stuff happens, because even if you just have a few people in there, still people are watching you. And, it does get a lot more frustrating by far. Yes.
Yeah.
So you did. And that's interesting, again, because most people find the Fish Fam, through a big channel usually, and then they start hanging out in the smaller channels, and then they decide to maybe start dipping their toes into streaming and stuff. So you went a different route altogether.
Yeah, I was kind of a loner at first.
Came around the. I'm not going to say that. You didn't go through the front door. We're just going to leave it at that.
So I think it was one of the guys told me, they're like, to find out who more people are. They actually like go on Rico's, start watching his, and I was like, who? And he's like, he told me what your channel was. So I started coming up on it. I see all these other people, and then it's people I see all the time now, and it's opened up like a lot of stuff, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is an amazing community. And so you stream on Sundays at 11 Eastern Standard Time, right? Is that right?
11, or always usually late after 11, but yeah, I'm never really on time. I try to be, but it's scheduled for that.
Chad Krotz said we used to hang out at Arizona Hall.
Oh, wow. He's got a good memory. Okay. Arizona Hall is over in Pearl Harbor. It's actually a 15-story like barracks. And yeah, because we have a common friend. His name's Mark, and he retired. He's older than us, but he retired years ago. And okay. That's right. Man, he had to jog my memory on that one. That was like forever ago.
Chad. I think
Chad go way back.
He didn't even remember Chad. I think
I do. I do. I remember Chad.
All right. Well, is there anything that you'd like to tell people about yourself, or about, do you guys have any kids? Are you planning any kids?
Well, we have a she's not like technically related, but we raised her for several years. She's lived with us. Like, my wife is friends with her mom, and to help her mom out, we helped raise her kid in our house for about 4 years or so, pretty much through high school. So,
Gotcha.
We see her as like as our child too. So that's who we have for that. And she recently joined the Naval Reserves, and just the other day she left for a deployment until April. So
she's sort of Now, did you have anything to do with that? Is giving her a little nudge that way, do you think? Or
well, when she was in her like senior year and all that, I was like, so I've been thinking about what you want to do after high school, just kind of, and I was like, I'm not trying to sell the Navy to you, okay? And I don't know how many times I tell her to her, I'm not a recruiter, but
But
there are options. I mean, you can
Yeah.
get your college money through the GI Bill if you do one enlistment, that kind of thing.
yeah.
So naturally, she kind of went the opposite direction until some of her friends decided to do it, and of course, that's the direction she wanted to go. So I was like, hey, if that's what it took.
Yeah.
But now she's smart. She's she wants to be a personal trainer also, like for her when she gets back onto reserves, but she got activated for a while for that deployment.
Gotcha. And
Yeah.
we did the same thing. My oldest son's best friend, we treat him like family forever, but when he got into high school, he was really having a rough time. His home life was horrible, and we actually adopted him so that he could finish high school living with us. So exactly same thing.
Yeah.
And I call him my adopted son. I feel like he's my son, but I call him my adopted son because he does have a mom that he
Mhm.
has a relationship with. He does have family. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
just never felt like it was right to call him my son when he has family. But I feel that way about him. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
Um,
and like my wife's known her since she was born, so I mean, she's family and all that.
It was easy. It was easy
Yeah.
to bring him in. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I sort of said I gave you two questions at the same time there. So is there anything you'd like to, give us anything funny or anything horrible that you'd like to share? Things that sort of create the person that we're talking to right now. You know what I mean? Those
Oh,
types
man.
of life change. It was some people don't have those. Some people don't have those types of events in their life. Did you have anything, that sort of shaped who you were as a person, or was it all just little things here and there that turned you into? It wasn't one big thing or anything. It was a bunch of little hits.
Yeah, probably little hits. It probably took me forever to realize, years and years and years to figure out, I guess, really who, like, I could see myself as. But as far as anything that actually, like, I don't know. You're saying anything that might be funny?
Yeah, we could share those. Any type of funny stories you have that.
Oh man.
Something you usually tell when you meet people for the first time and you're hanging out having a drink. Those type of stories.
Well, I don't know if I can get into some of those stories right now because
Yeah.
they're more like sea stories from the Navy.
Yeah.
But
Plus
no,
your
I
mom's
mean,
here. Plus your mom's here. So
yeah. So, but I mean, it's. I think I would say the Navy like shaped me, like gave me structure and all that stuff, and let me really figure out who I am. Because many nights out at sea and days, you really start thinking about stuff. Like you got time to think when you're staring at the ocean for day after day, after week after week, after year after year. It seems like, but I figured out like that I'm a mildly funny person. Not really. So I don't know. I'm just really easy to get along with. I could sit here and quote. I could sit if someone gets me started talking about movies. I could sit here and quote movies all day long. So, but I mean, the cool thing is, I'll sit here and talk to my mom about, I'll call her up. Well, she loves watching like the Marvel movies, so I'll sit there and talk about movies with her, about the stuff just like that, and like Star Trek, Star Wars. We'll sit there and talk about that stuff for a long time.
That's good. That's good that you still have that relationship with her.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. In fact,
Yeah,
I
a lot of people don't.
didn't tell her that I just saw the new Thor movie, but she knows now.
I haven't seen it yet either. We usually see all of those at the theater, but for some reason we just didn't. We just had some things going on, and we just didn't. Just haven't seen it yet. Just no spoilers, but did you like it?
Huh?
Did you like it? Was it a good movie?
Yeah, it was great.
Is it? Where would you rank it as with the other Thor movies? Just the Thor movies.
I would put it up there if I did it like, I would put it up there as I think the first Thor is probably really good, even though that's before he got into a lot of the comedy side of it, So I would probably put this one above Ragnarok a little bit. And it was good. It was yeah.
I can't.
I wish I could tell you about a part, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Yeah, not yet. We'll talk about it at some point in the future.
Yeah.
I actually get to see it. Oh. Okay. Well, now's a good time. We're going to go ahead and open it up. Oh, was there anything that you wanted to tell people that we didn't touch on that's a part of you that you think people should know?
Um,
Did we cover enough? Did we get into?
yes, I think we covered.
Okay.
I'm sitting here stretching, trying to think of something awesome to say, but
I know you get put on the spot. It's difficult. And as soon as we're done, you'll think of 10 things that you'd like to share. But I get it.
Probably.
When you're on the spot like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and open it up to the chat for questions. And before we do that, though, again, I just want to tell people there are a bunch of free memberships out there. So grab them, get a hold of them. There's got to be I'm assuming somewhere around 40 of them. So if you're not a member of the channel, there's free members out there. Now, if you're on a mobile device, you can't do it through the YouTube app. You actually have to use desktop mode in the browser on your mobile device. If you can get to a PC, it's right there. It'll just be, do you want to allow gifts from this channel? You have to allow the gifts, and then you might as well do it. Use them up. Let's get them all used up. I hate to see. I don't think that they expire or go to waste, but I just love the people that are, in the streams day in and day out to get those. So, okay, let's jump in here. Now I know you can see the chat as well. So if you do see something, feel free. I'll feed you some questions. But if you see something you want to comment on, don't hesitate.
Okay.
We'll start off with Leo. Actually, he says, "What is your favorite?" Oh, hold on, it's covered here. Wood for Plecos. And I don't think that's exactly for you, but I think do you have any Plecos yourself?
I have one in this tank right here. I'm not really great with like different types of Plecos, but I have one in there somewhere. It's just it's about, I got it when it was like that big, but it's like that big now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had one that was like a foot long, but it died, unfortunately, like about 5 months ago. Yeah.
I don't know what my favorite wood for Plecos would be. Because I just gather a lot of driftwood. All of my tanks have the driftwood out of the lake, and I don't even know what type of wood they are. So, but I do know that some of the Plecos, like the clown Plecos, like wood in their diet. So,
I would probably say driftwood too. Like,
Steven said that it's as good or as better than Ragnarok for sure for Thor. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the very first question then from Eric, and Eric asks us every time, and I love that these questions have history. There's a bunch of questions we're going to be asked. You're going to get asked, and they all have history. We've done 75 interviews now, somewhere around there, and some of them have been asked since the very beginning. So this one's from Eric, and he wants to know what's your favorite sandwich?
Ooh. I would have to say my favorite sandwich is probably a roast beef sandwich. Not like Arby's, but I mean like a real one. Like, yeah, with like some Swiss cheese on it, probably.
And
on some like sourdough or something.
Horseradish or spicy brown mustard.
Horseradish. I'll even do sauerkraut.
Oh yeah.
I'm not picky.
That sounds good. Your mom said, "What did you think about Jurassic World Dominion?"
Well, with no spoilers.
Haven't seen that.
It was good. I enjoyed it. It's just as you would expect. There's a lot of dinosaurs and chases with people and that kind of stuff. And as you're watching every Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie, you're like, they have not learned yet, have they?
Didn't we just do this?
Yeah, I know. So it was good. It was good.
Scotty wants to know if you're coming to the Clash, and you are, right? Didn't you say you are?
Yep, absolutely.
Clash?
I mean, that's my first actual like event thing I'm going to.
Nice.
So I'm excited.
It was my first last year. Now, are you bringing your wife too? Is it just going to be you?
She's supposed to go with me, so I keep telling her, make sure you get the days off.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be fun. It really is going to be fun.
Yeah. Cool.
George Mexicali would like to know if you retired as an E8 or an E7.
E7, which is in the Navy. E7 is a chief petty officer. It's enlisted. It's not an officer. So yeah, I retired as an E7. I made it at 17 years and did it until I hit 24. So I was like, it's about time. It took me forever to get that.
Let's see. make sure. Oh, I did skip one. Mark wants to know the Myrtle question, and this one's tough. Tough. The Myrtle question, and that's from our buddy Myrtle. Hopefully, he's going back to school soon, so we should start seeing him again. But Myrtle always asked, "What would you change about me, and what would I change about you?" And it's difficult. Sometimes we have things that we can answer because I honestly don't have an answer this time. I don't know what I would change about you. You seem like you're generally happy, and you don't seem like there's anything seriously wrong with your life. You seem like you're in a good spot. I don't know that there's anything that I could bring up to change about you. It's a difficult question. It really is.
I know, right? You would probably have to be around me for, a week. Then you could definitely figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could sit here and say a whole bunch of things I'd like to change about myself, but.
Well, do one of those.
Oh,
just one. You don't have to get in depth, but just something that you would like to change about yourself. We'll turn it around a little bit.
Well, I mean, try not to. Oh, yeah. Well, as far as tanks go, I hate procrastinating on doing maintenance on my tanks. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I know it's not really like a legit answer, but as far as the hobby goes,
I'm with you though. I'm
with
you.
Procrastinating about anything in general.
But you do it sometimes. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Laziness. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is from Nano Aquarium Guy. What's your favorite sci-fi movie or TV show?
Okay. So, wow, there's a lot of them nowadays.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Like we're gonna go with the ones that have like series, not like the Disney Plus where it's just like the great ones, but they're all like 6-7 episodes. I'm gonna go with like I'm probably gonna have to go with like the Star Trek series, new movies, I guess. I've been watching, like Discovery and then like the new one that's out. I watched that.
I haven't seen either one of the new ones.
Yeah, they're good. And on Hulu, I've been watching The Orville.
Love it. I love it. I think
love that show,
I think it's a really good Star Trek show. I really do.
It is.
Even though it isn't Star Trek, it is, and it's.
Well, I think I've read something like I think one of the producers or something. It was someone who did Star Trek, so it kind of relates. I like how like they purposely mimicked like certain people from the from that, and I just like the little subtle things in the show that he throws in there that's funny.
Yeah,
So that's one of my favorite shows too. Is The Orville.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I like that one.
Yeah.
Matt's saying you can only click allow gifts when it drops. So if you're not in the stream, do they just go to waste? How do people get them? I mean, he bought all of those memberships. You guys, all of you together, bought a ton of memberships. 50. I don't know, something like 80 memberships, 70 memberships, and I don't think we gave away that many. So I'd hate to think that they're just lost. There must be a way to do it. We'll have to look into that. And this one's from Leo. Hi, Leo. What's his favorite fish he wants to own?
Well, that I want to.
I think he's saying, what is there something that you really like that you don't currently have that you want to get?
Trying to remember because I'm picturing the fish stores that I usually go to. We have several of them around here too. As far as fish go, I would love to get a they actually it's fish, but they have little like the stingrays. I see those. They have them like swimming around like in the little shallow ones,
Yeah.
Like those would be pretty cool. Maybe an eel, like some kind of eel. Or even a puffer. There's a few. I'm naming more than one. Sorry,
but they're all more unique type of fish. You're not.
Yeah.
There's not like just a standard like a Bosemani rainbow or something that you really want. You're looking at something a little more exotic.
Yeah, and I remember a long time ago too, like probably about 5 months ago. I was watching one of your streams and we were talking about killifish, and I've never had any of those. I always thought, after I figured out what they were, I was like, wow, those fish are pretty cool looking. And discus is something I've never dived into before. I think they're cool. I'm afraid that if I wouldn't be good at it though. I heard they're very finicky. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know that, everybody.
I think that they used to be, and there probably still is some that still are, obviously, but I've heard a lot of people say that they're just not as hard to take care of as they used to be. That they, a lot of people have raised them in harder water and cooler water and just all these different things. And
yeah. And something I'd like to get better at. I have a 55 right now, saltwater tank, with your average saltwater fish that everybody would see. Something I'd like to get good at though is knowing how to have corals, basically, knowing all the science behind it and like have, growing out corals and all that stuff. And just, but I tried it. I had a few little ones. And then I just basically gave them to somebody. I wasn't even trying to sell them, but maybe I would dip back into that a little bit.
Gotcha. We definitely have some good resources in the fish fam. I mean, Gina's Reef, and there's just a whole bunch of people that are really into coral.
Yeah.
Okay, the Brookley Bell question. So this is from Mark. Hi, Mark. So the Brookley Bell question is, do you have any weird physical traits? Like some people could wiggle their ears or, cross one eye or do some weird stuff with their hands and just anything like that.
Where do I start? I don't know.
A trick me.
I don't know. Like, I guess like, I don't know, like my hands, I guess. I don't know. I'm not super flexible with my hands, but I guess I can, as far as I can go with them. I can't go too far, but that's probably it, more than some people.
I'm going to chalk that down as a no.
Yeah.
That's all right. You don't have
I'm not that talented. I'm sorry.
You don't have to have, weird physical traits. Let's see where we at. Chad would like to know Star Wars or Star Trek.
Ooh, you had to ask the question.
Oh, Mark asked that right after it too.
Well, man, that's so Star. Man, you're really making me do this, huh? I know it's not a big deal, but oh my God, I'm probably gonna say the wrong answer too. No,
there is no wrong answer.
I like them both, man. I mean, but if I had to choose right now, I'd probably say Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Because I mean, I love Star Wars. I do. It's just sometimes in the movies it could be a little slow. Sometimes, but it's good. In fact, I was highly impressed of Obi-Wan. I don't know if anybody's seen it. I was highly impressed with the episodes. Holy crap. With where he would fight Darth Vader and he beat the crap out of him and stuff. And it was amazing. I mean, what they do with that show, that's movie quality stuff right there.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love that we're filling in all the cracks between the movies.
Oh, man.
And
for sure.
That Star Wars road is getting filled in with all these little things. And it's just, it's just amazing. I love Obi-Wan and I that's a tough one though. I think my choice would be Star Wars movies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nope, I can't say that anymore. I like them both too, but I would just say Star Wars, I think. All right. Oh, it jumped on me. Okay. And again, if you have a question, make sure you do the @RicoStan because I might have skipped it. In fact, I'm down to Petsotics. What's up, Diego? He doesn't have a question, but we're still going to read that. Diego just came in. But if you ask your question before Diego at 4 minutes past the top of the hour, ask it again because I didn't see it. And please do the @RicoStan so it pops for me. And Diego's got a bunch of new product lines and sales. You can see it at Petsotics. And he's even got a RicoStan 10 for an extra 10% off. So you should check it out and see what Diego's got over there. Diego's a long-time fish fam person, and he's had a store for a very long time too. So it's good to see you, Diego. Zen Ginger and Only Oscars both talking about the memberships. Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on there. We, I don't know. We need to look into it. I just hate for it to go to waste. A refund would be fine if it refunded, because again, especially Mark, sorry, Alexander bought 50 of them, and I just hate for them to just be lost. Okay. I'm down to Mark Stilson wants to know which Star Trek series you like.
Wow, for nowadays, I would probably have to say, right now, probably Discovery. That was hard to get used to that. But
there's two new ones, right?
There's two. You got Discovery and you got Brave New Worlds. That one takes place before like Captain Kirk, where they had the Captain Pike before him.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I haven't seen that one at all.
It's got like Spock and the other big names that are in there. Some of them, a couple of them, but it's pretty good.
I haven't seen that one at all, and I have seen some of Discovery, and I liked it. I liked what I saw. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I liked the all of it.
There is one that that was really interesting, which was oh man, what's that actor's name? It was the guy who was in Quantum Leap.
Scott Bakula.
Yeah, like he's the captain of it's like the very first. This was what the late '90s, early 2000s.
Enterprise, right? Wasn't it
called
Enterprise?
Yeah. When I realized about that like a couple years ago, I didn't really know. I was kind of out of the loop for a while with it, but and I was like, wow, this is interesting. Like how I remember the first episode was they went out to test like what was it, Warp 5 or something, like something that old, to them. So I thought it was pretty cool. Like they went back,
Yeah.
So,
again, filling in some of those gaps and stuff.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Something about Scott Bakula, something about Enterprise. Oh, which was the one with Captain Hathaway, Jane Hathaway?
Is that Voyager?
Yes, I think it was.
Yeah.
You know what? I had a hard time watching it, and you know why? It's the dumbest reason. Jane Hathaway's voice. I'm Captain Hathaway. Her voice just drove me crazy. I just something about her voice. I just couldn't. I hated it, and it went right through my head. I could not even watch the series. I know it's weird. It's a weird little tiny thing.
I mean, it's one of those things that's just like you hear it, and you're just like it just kind of gets to you.
Captain Hathaway. It just bothered the hell out of me. Now, when I'm doing that right now, it sounds like somebody else who I really don't like either. But we won't get into that.
I think my least favorite was Deep Space Nine. I just wasn't into the whole space station. Like
just because they weren't going places, right?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it some, but not really much of it. Yeah.
Matt said someone else said they did get refunded, but I've never seen a refund, and I've probably given about 100 in the last 2 weeks. I know you have given a ton. Yeah. And again, thank you. We are she's my idol. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Only Oscars. There's something, I don't know what it is. There's just something about that voice that just drove me crazy. I hated it for the same reason I hated Next Generation. New ones were terrible till I liked them. Gotcha. What's up, Kirk? I'm at the bottom of the chat right now. I missed one. Sorry. Zenny. How did I miss Zenny? Would you rather... Okay, she always does some good ones. Would you rather have the tail of a fancy goldfish on your backside or the nuchal hump of a flower horn on your head?
Probably the tail.
So I think, because that you could hide.
You hit your head all the time on stuff.
Zenny always asks some... Always ask some good ones.
And I'd probably have some weird one anyway growing on my forehead. So,
Fish Tank Dad said I got refunded twice on Steven's stream because no one claimed them before the next day. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe that's what happened. Although Matt has not had any refunds. Okay. Well, then I'll stop talking about it. I'm Admiral Juneway. I'll stop bringing it up then because it doesn't look like anybody can get them. And so the extras were refunded. Okay. All right. Good to know. I'm at the bottom of the chat. If anybody has any questions We'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll go.
I'm an open book.
And I hate to say this, but I do sort of want to cut it short tonight because I just got the new Xbox today.
Ooh, nice.
And I was very busy most of the afternoon, so I didn't get a chance to mess around too much with it. So
is that the one with the one where you could put the games into it?
It's in the side, yeah. The one that looks like it's tall
like tower. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because a while back I bought the one without the games that you play on all just online games, and it's okay, but you missed that feature though.
I almost bought it. That's the Series S. I almost bought the Series S, but I held out because I do have a ton of Xbox One games. And even though I probably will never play them again, I still wanted the ability to, if I didn't have internet access or something and I couldn't get to stuff,
Yeah.
Only Oscars would like to know your dream tank.
Ooh,
if you could put together a dream tank, would it be salt? Would it be fresh? What would you have in it?
I think my dream tank would probably, I love freshwater. I do. Well, I think my dream tank would be probably saltwater with the corals. And it would probably be a 300 and 400 gallon one. A big one. Something. Yeah, that's probably what it would be. And if I could go all crazy with it and, make it like, connect, have like two big tanks, and they have like this big old. You ever see the ones where they have like connect the tanks? Where they have someone did a video on that. You could like connect the clear pipes, like suck all the air out, and I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Well, Jack and Dan, I think, did that. I can't remember. Somebody else did it too. But
I want to do that. In fact, I think I got. I don't know if this room's set up for that. Just to try it once. I think it'd be pretty sweet.
Let's see. Leo. Your mom would like to know what's your favorite fur baby.
Favorite fur baby. She asked me like which the ones I have here, or just my favorite one in general.
Wide open. Yeah.
Oh, like if I like dogs better than cats or something.
Do you have a specific dog or cat or any kind of other animal that you like the most?
Well, I mean, we have 3 dogs. They're small kind of dogs, and I would probably say the one. I'm not going to go all crazy, but probably the ones that we have. We have a one that's like looks like a miniature lab, but it's really not. It's like Cocker Spaniel and Husky. You never think that, but and then we have like a little baby or a 12-month-old, a year-old Pomeranian.
Okay,
which is it's cool, something different. And like a Morkie, that's 8 years old.
What is it? What was that one?
A Morkie. It's like Yorkshire Terrier and a Maltese mixed together.
Oh, okay. Morkie. Morkie for Morkie.
Yeah, that's Morkie. And so we got some pet. Like we got those 3. We got 2 cats, which kind of get along, sort of. And then my wife's like, and you have 1 million fish. I was like, no. You can't go by the number of fish. You got to go by the number of fish tanks, okay? There's only 7 right now.
Do you have a favorite of those dogs?
Probably the one that like probably the one that would look like a miniature lab thing.
Yeah.
I like
something about the personality or something that.
Yeah, just like they're extremely like friendly dogs. Of course, everybody thinks about dogs like the most non-vicious dog ever. Like they're extremely, yeah. But as far as my cats go,
I don't care about cats. I don't care about cats.
they're nice, but
Yeah, we've got one. I'm a dog person for sure.
Yeah, I'm more of a dog person than a cat person for sure.
I'm gonna start looking. I just decided about a week ago that it's time. I've still got my the box here with Tucker in it. He passed away now. It's been I don't know, a month. It's been more than a month.
Yeah,
it's been a while since he's been gone, and I'm gonna start looking. I need to have. We still have 2 other dogs, but I need to have my dog, and those dogs belong to other people in the family. So I definitely I need to get a dog.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it jumped on me again. Oh, here's a good one. Mark wants to know your favorite historical naval vessel.
I would say my favorite historical naval vessel is probably one of the battleships, like let's for instance the one that you would see in, like, they have a lot of them in the museum right now. You know, like where they have like the big 16-inch guns on the top, like three has like a gun turret with three of them. You know, you see them if you go. Like we got one here, a museum. I would probably say those type of battleships. You know, it's just each one of those big bullets, those rounds, weighs 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, they always say it's like if you shoot one, it's like chucking a Volkswagen out about like however far they go. You know what I mean? It's just impressive.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just insane, ridiculous how much power that is.
When it comes to destroying stuff, Americans really are good at it. Let's see. We're down. Let's see. I'm at Zen Ginger. Here we go. Would you rather only have one tank, but any number and kind of fish in the community? So one tank that can really hold pretty much anything, or as many tanks as he wants, but only one species of fish.
Ooh. So you said one tank with as many as I want, whatever?
Yeah. So one giant community tank or a bunch of fish tanks, but only one type of fish throughout all those tanks.
I would have to go with the first one.
I think so too.
Yeah. And could it be the size of a wall?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
What's on your shirt?
Oh, I just got this recently. It's Chicago Bears with the like Superman logo.
You're a good man, Mike. You're a good man.
Yep, nice. Yeah, I got to go to the stadium once, so just to see like a preseason game years ago.
So the Chicago Bears played at Wrigley Field up until I think 72, and I've seen them play there.
Oh, nice.
So and I haven't been to Soldier Field since mid 70s.
Yeah.
75. No, because that was Walter Payton's rookie year. So it must have been 74.
Okay.
But I haven't been back since. So
right.
I really do miss it. But I see them all the time when I lived in other places. Like when they come here, go to Buffalo. When we lived in Arizona, they came out quite often. And actually, when they came to Arizona, they had home field advantage. There's so many people out there from Chicago. In fact, Scottsdale is one of the little suburbs. Well, it's not a little, but it's actually where all the money is. But it's
yeah,
they call it Little Chicago. There's so many people there from Chicago that they would have home field advantage. It's not like that anymore. You know, enough people have been born since 1988 to give them home field. But at the time,
yep. I don't know if there's any more questions, but yeah, next week we're taking a vacation to.
Where are you going?
We're going to Vegas. I've been there once. She's been there I don't know how many times, but I don't gamble, but you know, she don't, but she likes to just sit there at the slots and just try her luck, you know.
Nice.
So I guess
are you going to see any shows or anything? Or are you?
Oh yeah, imagine we will. Like she's going to a reunion with her one, like the ship she was on. There's a reunion there for a certain year, between a year range on that ship. So we've seen a lot of her friends there, and then we're actually going to. Yeah, there you go. We're actually going to. Yeah, you see her. We're actually going to renew our vows over there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come here. Oh yeah, this is the. Let me see here. Yeah, this is the one I was telling you about.
Hi.
So she's a year old.
See, there's a lot of people that don't like little dogs. And I get it. They can be yappy, they can be nippy,
she doesn't bark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not if you take care of them. And we've had little dogs. We have a Chihuahua Papillon mix right now that is amazing. What's her name?
Gigi.
Gigi. Oh, look at her. She's so cute.
Yeah. She's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? She's
looking at me like,
yeah.
Oh.
But this is the newest one. Had her actually about how long?
A few months.
Since January.
Yeah.
Already, so. Yeah, so we're gonna be out there. We're gonna renew our vows out there at the little, like the little chapel things with Elvis.
Nice. wanted to for our 30th, and we missed it. But stuff came up, and we didn't do it. So we are in the future. We're going to renew as well. So that's cool that you're going out there to do it. And I hope it really is Elvis. I mean, an Elvis impersonator that does it.
Yeah.
I tried to get the midget Elvis, but I couldn't book him. Little person, sorry. Oh my god.
They were a little short.
I mean, he's probably like my height.
Yeah, and they have a zip lining we'll probably do out there too.
Never done that.
Me either.
I'm too heavy now to do it. I'm too
probably
big.
Am. I probably am. So
my wife's dying to do that.
I'll probably sign a waiver.
Only Oscars would like to know how your floor is.
No. I don't want the cat.
Chunky kitty.
Yeah, right. I know.
He's 25 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
June would like to know she says, how is Mike's floor?
My what?
Your floor.
The new floor?
Oh, I had downstairs we had new tile lay. I pulled up the old laminate flooring and I had some people install some Spanish tile downstairs.
Oh, nice.
So it looks nice. I mean, I always wanted that, and because this one right here was chewing up the laminate floor in the kitchen, so I had to you can't mess with tile.
Yeah. I miss having tile. We did in Arizona because it's nice and cool.
Yeah. He asked me earlier if there was a place we would want to move to, like later on in our lives. Where would it be? Not Costa Rica.
Somewhere hot.
Somewhere hot.
Like,
so it won't be Montana.
Not hot, but not like Florida hot. Like
you mentioned Arizona, right? Yeah. So
Arizona wouldn't be bad if it didn't have scorpions.
Oh, that's only like nudging. There's so many things out there. So.
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff out there. We used to catch scorpions all the time.
I almost died out there from a rattlesnake one time. So
we used to catch those too.
In California.
Yeah, right in the middle, so it's not too hot and not too cold.
I grew up
in
in California, so
it gets hot, but everybody says it's a dry heat.
It is.
Well, like Arizona, when it's 115 degrees, it's 115 degrees. The humidity has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? when the blacktop is melting, it's hot.
Yeah.
Here's another question from Nano. Your favorite YouTube channel outside of Fish Fam?
Choco.
Ooh.
Choco.
That's you. Outside of Fish Fam. Oh my God. Yeah, here you go. Oh my God, that's hard. Favorite YouTube? I can't think of it right now, honestly. I know it's a horrible answer, but I'm blanking out right now.
I don't watch just like it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I go all over. Like, I'll watch stuff. I'll think of it later. I'm blanking out, but I'll put it out there later.
And
I watch a lot of it.
Actually, I'm at the bottom of the chat, and I might have missed some. I apologize if I did miss some. They're all talking football. We got them all on that subject. Seems to be some Cowboy fans in there. America's team, my ass. That's why I don't like the Cowboys, because they like to call themselves the America's team, but they don't even sell that. They don't even have the highest selling jersey most years. They're not the most popular team. They're not America's team, but it's something they always pushed. And the team,
and that's I've never been. I've never been to, like, really Texas. I drove through Texas. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But I mean, I heard this, like, San Antonio, people like it out there.
There's nice places in Texas. I joke around with Joe Stan all the time because he's a very proud Texan, which most Texans are. But I joke around with him. But there's definitely some beautiful places in Texas.
Yeah,
beautiful places.
There is.
All right. Well, I think we are going to end it before I have to ban Leo. So, I'm kidding, Leo. But thanks, Mike. And again, real quick, is there anything you wanted to tell people, or you got anything coming up, or they've been dropping your link quite a bit.
That's cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's that's a part of it.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you having me on here. Thank you.
Well, yeah, no problem. I mean,
and I have no, end to this in sight. So I'm definitely, even if I get down to like one 10-gallon tank down the road. You know, it takes nothing to stay with like on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just be part of the fish fam. So
it's a great community. It is.
Yeah, I can't believe how like it's been there. You know what I'm saying? Like even before I knew about it. And I just everything that you guys do with like, you know, doing auctions and just when somebody needs help, that's amazing. Like it truly is, you know?
Is. It really is. It really is. People, it's a very, very giving community. It's a very supportive community. Yes, things happen from time to time, but overall, it's an incredibly positive force for good in the world. We do a lot of good stuff, and I've made some real close friends in this community. And you'll see at the Keystone Clash. I mean, you're gonna leave there and go like, man, it was like a family reunion. You're gonna, all these people that you see on live streams only, you're gonna feel like you knew them. You know that you picked up where you left off.
Yeah, so because I remember you mentioned a while back on your streams, like talking about the Keystone Clash, and I think you mentioned like on that Friday, is there going to be like a kind of like a get together with everybody hanging out on the Friday or something?
Yes. So a lot of people are showing up Thursday, but the Clash doesn't actually start till Friday afternoon, I believe. Is Scotty still in here? I think I feel like it's noon. The vendors and stuff will be set up, but I don't think there's anything going on until Friday afternoon. But Scotty, the fish freak, he hooked us up with a local fish store, Shrewsbury Pet Store, who is donating the amount for a pizza party just for the fish fam. So we're going to have a room. All the fish fam people can hang out and get to meet each other and eat some pizza and beverages and just have a good time.
Yeah, I think that's honestly going to be my favorite part is meeting everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, definitely going to check out the vendors for sure. Absolutely. I'm excited to see that. Yeah, but like just meeting people, like I see you on here all the time, you know, and it's like, wow, you know, you're like, you know, shorter than I thought or something, you know what I mean? Seeing people in person. Like, so I'm 6'2", so I'm a pretty tall person. So,
well, I'm only 6 foot, but when I walked up to Skipper last year, it was just the two of us. There was nobody else there yet. I walked up to Skipper. It was Thursday night, and he didn't even say hi to me. He just goes, "Damn, you're big." Because the angle, I guess, made him always think that I was a short guy or something. And I'm only 6 foot. I'm not like a big guy, but well, I'm big in other ways.
6 foot, you know.
I'm big in other ways, you know. I got plenty of stomach.
Oh yeah, hey, same here.
So, but that's the first thing he said. He didn't even say hi to me. So
yeah, I'm super excited. And we've been talking about it for months and months, and it's just like it's still a couple months away. You know, we'll slowly get here.
We're so excited about it, and when they announced it and you know started with the website for this year and everything, we just hit the ground running. We were just so happy that it was happening again. And you know, Fish Fam is probably going to be one of the biggest sponsors of the event. You know, Matt bought the platinum sponsorship for us. There's a bunch of other. I mean, we've sponsored just about everything that they had that you can sponsor. So Fish Fam really is supporting them big time. They're thinking there's going to be between 200 and 300 people there, and about 60 to 70 of them are going to be Fish Fam. So that just shows how big.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully I can. I'd love next year to go to one of the Aquashellas or something. You know, it'd probably be the one in Florida, if anything.
I wish they would expand that to the Northeast.
Yeah, like Virginia Beach. That's not really the Northeast, but you know.
No, not at all. Steven says, "Go play your damn video games, Rico." God. And then Leo said, "Shouldn't you be playing Xbox Series X?" Go away.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to find a good game to play.
I like role playing games. I am, sword and sorcery. Oh yeah, I get into especially if it's got a big long story. Yeah.
I love open world type games.
Yep.
Like usually it's third person. Like because you could see the person. But I'm really trying to find a different type of game that doesn't have just go shoot somebody. Just you know what I'm talking about. They're all over the place, and it's like almost it's either that or driving games, but like probably something like you're playing. You know what I mean?
Witcher 3. Witcher 3. It's been out long enough now that you can find it super cheap. It's a great game. It's a huge game. It's open world. You can do what you want. There's just so much content that take you, hours and hours and hours to do everything. You just get brought into it. And Leo, I did have Elden Rings, and it's the very first game I've ever sent back ever. I returned it. I did not like Elden Ring at all. Did not like it at all.
Is that one of like the Middle Earth type games?
No, it was like a role-playing one, but I just did not care for the play style at all. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me at all. And Xbox has 0.5 seconds of lag compared to Sony.
Yeah, I guess they don't go by like. I guess they don't go by like graphics anymore. Like when you're like they had the older systems, it's like it's 64-bit graphics. I guess they don't even go by that anymore.
I mean, they still talk about the best graphics, and this one, like Silver Creek was doing this one's that much faster than the other one, but in the end, it doesn't matter in any way, shape, or form. They're not going to be any different at all.
Yeah,
you're not going to see anything different. They work the same, and really, it comes down to getting the console that has the most games that you like. But there's not too many exclusives on each one anymore. There still are. There's still certain games that are only on each one.
Mm-hmm. But, I'll probably end up getting one of those Xboxes down the road too.
There's so much. We better quit before Leo does get banned.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. Mike, thanks so much for hanging out with us too. Let's see. We'll see you guys Thursday, probably for the afternoon delight, and then with Craft Ed. Again, not doing Rico and the Man anymore. That's done. It's just too late. But we will be hanging out over there with Craft Ed. It was nice to meet you, Mrs. Brown. Thanks for letting us
borrow on here, Mom.
Mrs. Brown's Boys. If you've ever watched that, it's an English show. It's hilarious.
I haven't seen it.
But thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, and we'll see you later. Still some good streams left tonight. Don't quit. Whole bunch of good stuff still happening. Scruffy Aquatics. I'm not sure what time he goes. He might be going right now. But you can look at fishfam.link, and you can see who's coming up and who's going to be live tonight. Awesome. So we'll see you guys.